The purpose of college is not just, as I said before, to transmit skills. It's also to widen your horizons, to make you a better citizen, to help you to evaluate information, to help you make your way through the world, to help you be more creative. The way to do that is to create a space where a lot of ideas are presented and collide, and people are having arguments, and people are testing each other's theories, and over time, people learn from each other because they're getting out of their own narrow point of view and having a broader point of view.
An article from The Atlantic states that trigger warnings may harm students' mental well-being. Authors Greg Lukianoff and Jonathan Haidt, the president of Individual Rights in Education and a social psychologist, are disturbed by the movement to scrub campuses clean of words, ideas, and subjects that might cause discomfort or give offense. Comedians such as Chris Rock have stopped performing on campuses because of this push, and some professors have found themselves fearful of speaking out against trigger warnings. According to Haidt, policing speech on campus may cause patterns akin to symptoms of depression and anxiety. In an article from the Washington Post, journalist Valerie Strauss writes about the University of Chicago's rejection of trigger warnings on their campus in a letter sent to the class of 2020 before the school year began. Strauss states that the distinguished university shouldn't have to state the obvious. She also explains that trigger warnings are especially relevant in this time of racial issues and the acceptance of hatred in public conversation because of the election. She also makes many of her points while pointing out that few students have actually been vocal on the topic. Kate Mann, assistant professor of philosophy at Cornell University, wrote her New York Times article, "Why I Use Trigger Warnings," in support of the movement. Though in support, Mann agrees that student voices have been, as she says, eerily silent on the topic. She claims that trigger warnings will help foster successful teaching and meaningful communication between teachers and students. But how will this be accomplished if some professors are living in fear of their own students? She also argues that trigger warnings give students an opportunity to better manage their anxiety through proven techniques, but as mentioned before, limiting speech on campus can lead to increased anxiety among students. Aaron R. Hanlon, assistant professor of English at Colby College, is in strong support of trigger warnings as well in New Republic. Hanlon says that trigger warnings would make it so that the concerns of students are not dismissed and ignored by faculty, as they are real people with real needs. Though in support, Hanlon's argument is based mainly on trigger warnings only being necessary due to lack of proper compensation and support of teachers. So, should trigger warnings be used for college classes? Based on the evidence here, I think not. Let free speech thrive as it should and give students the education and preparation for the working world they came for.